Hey, how is everybody? Just going to do a pour that I love but haven't done for a long time. So I'm just going to lay a bit of a base coat of just ordinary plain white house paint just to lubricate the MDF and to get rid of some paint that's starting to go out of date. Sorry about the phone call coming through. So I'm just going to spread that evenly over, get rid of some lumpy bits. And I'll let spinning take care of that. Just punch out some air. Now, I'm going to use a combination of boom that I haven't used before, so I don't know how these will blend together, but we're going to give it a try. So, first boom is black. I'm going for a little bit of monochromatic sort of palette with just a touch of colour. But I don't know how these will blend together, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Next colour I'm going to use is a Galar Grey. Now I love this pour because of the viscosity of the boom gel. It creates some unusual patterns when you move this around. So I'm just going to add some red. Well, actually, I'll add the Willy Wagtail white. The Sterling Wax white first. Just to give that separation between the black. And that bottle's done, so I need to open a new bottle. A bit of a shake. Top that up. That's a bit aerated now. Just let that sit for a little bit. And now some Flame Tree Red, just to give it that touch of colour. And with this split cut pour, I always start on the outside, so if you don't get an even layer of colour at the start, it doesn't really matter because most of this will spin off through the pour. So I'm trying to get the lines relatively even. We've yet to get any sort of black to start to pour. That's okay, that'll come. As I said, most of this will spin off. And it doesn't really matter if you don't get the pattern right, because we're going to rely on the viscosity of the boom gel to form patterns once we get further into the pour. I'll just go and put some on the outside so we can get an even spread, and as you can see, I'm just flicking it around randomly now. It creates a nice pattern, and you can keep this pattern if you so choose, but I'm interested to see what happens once we start to move this and see if we can get that worm effect that I really love through the pour. Now as it gets thinner, I like to bring that into the middle to get a lot of colour and a lot of finer detail So as you spin this out and move it around, you maintain a lot of sharpness and crispness and intricate pattern rather than large blobs of paint. And there you go. So the next step in this is to just start moving this around. And starting to get it, it will form a large body of paint that will want to come off the edge. But just persist, getting it to move in a pattern that you like before you pour it off the edge. The weight of the paint will do a lot of the work for you. You get some interesting cell development. You also get an interesting shadowing of the colours as they bleed into each other. If you get your colour selection right, which is the most difficult part of this, because you just never know what colours are going to react unless you've done this a few times, so you know which colours are going to bleed too much into the other and interfere with the others too much. So the grey and the black have pretty much become one. The red's starting to be absorbed a bit, as you can see. It's got quite a little bit muddy. We'll be fine. These MDF plates are extremely hard to hold on to. Keep this up as it gets closer and closer to the edge. I just want to get that, see if I can get that swirl effect all the way around the outside, which may or may not happen. Centralize it and go again. I might give that a bit of a spin because I quite like that effect. It's just got a little bit of air. Just want to centralize that a bit. And as you can see, you get this quite awesome, like wispy, shadowy effect of the paints. As that dries, that'll become a little bit more prominent. I especially like that, those sorts of parts through there. And as you can see by the spin, it's cleared off a lot of the excess paints, and you get these shadows and cells and the shading of the colors that really work together. So anyway, That's a bit of a boom gel split cup spinny thingy. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.